what does that mean for a B2B company to publish content like a media organization? What are we actually talking about?
Right. So let's kind of roll back the clock a little bit and just kind of look at historically what's happened. I think marketers have found in the last 5 to 7 years that their performance on advertising and traditional PR is getting harder to track. And in fact, their customer acquisition costs are getting more and more expensive through that traditional medium. And what does advertising and public relations typically have in common? What the commonality is that there is a gatekeeper between a brand and its customers, or a brand and its potential buyers. And nobody likes to deal with a gatekeeper. So I think what we've seen is marketers in a valid attempt to build better direct relationships with their prospective buyers and their customers have started to search for ways to bypass traditional gatekeepers of audience so that their customer acquisition costs can be lowered, but also they then will own data around who those buyers are, how they interact with the brand, rather than, again, having to depend on a third party who typically, in the case of traditional advertisers or PR firms, not all, but most, do not give you any, if any good first party data on those potential buyers. So marketers are becoming more data savvy. They want first party data. They want to build audiences. The way they've found that is to communicate directly. And the way that they found to communicate directly that has the most impact, high in the stack, high in that customer journey, is through educational content, through content marketing programs. And the delivery vehicle for that is talk to customers like they interact with their traditional media outlets. You do not need to reinvent the wheel, right, of how consumers consume media. I mean, we all have our habits, our media habits, right? So let's leverage that instead of trying to, again, recreate the wheel of hey, try to subscribe to my brand content because I'm a brand you could trust, yada yada yada. It's let's give you some education, let's give you some entertainment, let's give you some value. We're going to give it to you on a regular cadence in a way that you feel comfortable and the way that you like to consume information. And that's where we are today with brands acting as media publishers. Sorry for that long-winded explanation.
No, that's great. I asked for it, so you delivered, and that actually I think is a pretty good succinct overview. So, I mean, do you see this then as something that's we're already there, we're already doing it, insofar as most B2B companies of any sophistication have an insights page or resources with a blog and videos and webinars? I mean, is that what we're talking about, or is there another level that some brands are there, but we're all kind of striving for to be even more like a media organization or doing it better? Like, where do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely a spectrum. I mean, there's different levels of capabilities. My impression is that B2C brands tend to do it a little bit better because they understand consumer demographics and behaviors a little bit better. A great example is a company like NerdWallet, who's been doing it very successfully for many, many years. High volume, high quality content to help people understand financial services or financial options or financial products that are available to consumers. And then offering that, using that data of how they interact with the content insight to serve them financial products from a third party, right? So that tends to be very good because they understand consumer dynamic. I think where you're seeing fewer or less impactful uses of brands as media companies is companies who sell into the enterprise or strictly in a business-to-business motion. The reason that's changing is, as I think we can all agree, is that all B2B motions and B2C motions are starting to merge together in this trend of more and more buyers being primarily and predominantly online.
Yeah.
B2B motions are pretty much B2C motions at this point in terms of direct, taking your content direct to consumers. So by and large, B2C has been doing it well for years now. Now it's our turn in the B2B world to start catching up and with our B2C brethren.
Yeah.